The rare successful offer sheet, and what a time. Shout out to Wololo for the 40 months, by the way. I'm having fun so far. Anytime you can sign Evan Bouchard for 4 first-round picks, you got to do it, right? You got to do it. We'll just see how the hell he fits into this team. Because I'm genuinely not sure. We're still at 39 contracts, so we will have to sign some people to fill out the roster, but we can do that in a little bit. Let's hit sim to next season because our main business is pretty much done. 12 million a year. Hey, the cap's going up. It's a Norris winner that puts up a shitload of points. Noel Gunler has finally accepted his qualifying offer. Imagine if that happened IRL. The way the Canadian media would react would be glorious. Oh, dude. It'd be so good. It'd be so good. So we need to see if there's going to be any off-season development that could screw things up for me, because there is that chance. And apparently it has signed some AHLers, which is fine. Has anything happened that could screw this up? Goalies, Merzlikins, and Decord. That is good. We could technically sign one more goalie just to be a permanent NHL backup, but really it's not totally necessary. Just wait until they have to re-sign McDavid. 16 mil? Oh, easily. The Steve Dangle podcast talked about it not all that long ago. It's like, dude, you just give him a blank check. You know? Like, literally, like, you look at the NBA and, like, max offers. Connor McDavid should have a clause in his deal that means he is always the highest paid player in the league. Fucking favored nations. So, defensively, Matejchuk and... Okay, so Svozil did become a regular NHLer. Matejchuk did not. So Matejchuk could go back down to the AHL. So it could be... Dude, by the way, Werenski Bouchard. Jesus Christ. Werenski Bouchard is insane. Honestly, like, Svozil Jirasek? Give Nazco a chance with Severson? And then send down Peak and have good Branson as the depth, even though he'll be mad about it. It's possible to spectate one of your career games and watch people play. And Be a Pro, I don't think you can watch AI versus AI, but I don't know because I don't play Be a Pro a ton anymore. Honestly, we might have to see if there's a way to flip Damon Severson, because I'm sure he's going to be pissed. Well, for the 8 games, Werenski will get to play for sure. Year fair. We'll see how Severson feels about being a third pair guy, because that's what he's shaping up to be right now. Yeah, second position, 1 year, second Severson. I'm going to try. And ideally, it would be Severson to be lefty or Jirasek to lefty. Honestly, even Bouchard. You could argue Bouchard to make the most of the 1T. But for now, this is what we're going to be shaping up to look like. So I don't totally hate that. We need to sign about 3 defensemen for the AHL, maybe even 4. Right wing side, of course, we signed Oshie, Chinnikov. Again, I still like the idea of calling up McCown early. Chinnikov. We are considering a left wing at the moment, with Lindstrom, Jeannot, and Frondel. Colton Dock became a 4th liner. Shit. So if we want to make the most of his development, he needs to play the 4th line. Or higher. He's a power forward as well. All right, we might have to flip Colton Dock just because he's not going to fit our timeline here. And it's better to get rid of him now. All right, good. And then centers, Fedor Svechkov is close, but not there yet. Okay, so we have a general idea. Who's playing right wing too? Gavin Brindley is the plan. At least to give him a chance. Here we go, free agents. I also didn't see where all the big names went, but we are going to check the AI lines. Okay, so I need a goalie that's willing to take a two-way deal. Which, yeah, Magnus Hellberg, that's fine. All right, Magnus is in for the year. We need about 4 defensemen that are willing to sign short-term deals. We will take Philip Kral, Mark Del Gaizo. Like a 25, 24. It's still too early to say, but I'm more optimistic about this game right now than I was last year, which is a bit of a shame because 24 started off as like, oh shit, this could be pretty good. And then, oh boy, it disappointed in quite a few ways. All right. And then we were going to need a couple of extra forwards, but we can check back on that in a minute. Again, Colton Dock is going to have to go just because we're not going to be able to maximize his developments. Fifth and Ronnie Addard. Nathan Gaucher in a 7. Gary Terrence. Boy, we are not going to get much for him, are we? Not at all. I mean, in terms of draft picks, at least, there are, like, apparently we could get Marat Kuznetsov, so. You're going to use someone else's rosters here. Let's take Josh Philman. I need left wingers. I'm not sure. I do want to edit. I just don't know how much time I'm actually going to have. It could even be a chance of, like, once Bassey puts his rosters out, I might just ask him, like, hey, do you have any objections to me making edits from your roster as a base? Because we know Bassey does tremendous work. So, we'll see what happens. All right, we need like 2 AHL filler players, I think. Hold on. Forwards. 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Say about 3. We need a 13th man. Can't believe we had to have a Bouchard. That was just a fluke. I didn't think he'd accept the offer. Azzy, what's going on? Oh, yeah, Vazzy's been out of his mind in terms of who he's been able to add in. Let's see, Sokolov, McDonough. Oh, totally Spanish. Here we go. Depth forward for the year. Yorke Viranta. And then I need... Yeah, we'll bring in Jesse Puljärvi. Preseason goat. Vassy on Xbox. Yes. And we need one more dude. I mean, Aiden McDonough did really well in the AHL last year, so why not bring him in? Cool. All right, so our roster for this season. There's Leakins, Dacord, and Hellberg. Defense, Bouchard, Werenski, Arasek, Severson, Svozil, Goodbranson, Nazco. At least until we can get Bouchard to switch to the lefts. Right wing side, Marchenko. Everyone there is good. The only change that we will have to make is calling up Kivy. Although I'll probably have to take him out. So we'll go best lines in the AHL. And then NHL. We want the defense to be Werenski, Bouchard. Not worried about chemistry yet because we haven't decided who our head coach is going to be. Svozil, Yarosek, Nazco, Severson. We'll see how pissed off Severson is about being there, but if Bouchard moves to the left, it means Sam Nazco can go back to the AHL. Offensively, I want Chinnikov on the left. Lindstrom, Rondell Jeannot. Kiviranta at center. Needs to be out for Hunter McCown. Monahan in at center. I don't hate that. Line strategy is still up to the coach, yeah. But Lindstrom, Johnson, Marchenko. Johnson's better at face-offs. Chinnikov, Fantilli, Brinley, Oshie, Monahan, Frondell, the second overall pick, and then Jeannot, Sillinger, and Hunter McCown. I honestly don't hate that. Like, yes, we have some younger players in the lineup that we're trying to kind of jumpstart the development of, but I really don't hate that if this works out the way I'm hoping it will. Goalie-wise, Greaves and Thielen, that's good. Matejchuk, Peak, Delgaizo, Carrick, Krall, Kuhlman. So the AHL defense is pretty stacked. Zanetti and Geiser aren't ours. We will get Beliveau in there. Schnellner's not ours either. So Matejchuk and Kuhlman's. Again, not worried about the line chemistry at the moment. We're going to optimize that in a minute. And then for the forwards, is there anybody that isn't ours aside from McDonough and Puljujarvi? Puljujarvi, nobody to worry about. McDonough, nobody to worry about. Center. Okay, so Luca Pinelli and Max McHugh. So yeah, unfortunately for Puljujarvi, he's going to be out for Max McHugh, and Aiden McDonough is going to have to be out for Luca Pinelli. So if we sort this by potential, we want our dudes with said best potential to be on the highest lines possible. Gunler's only a medium 9. It is a shame he was unwilling to change to grinder. I just can't imagine him making the team. But if we can develop him and then trade him, hey, it's what it is. Was Malatesta medium 9? He was not. Del Belbelou's also a medium 6. Josh Philman, who we just picked up in a trade. Put him behind Blake. Can we see the team's win-loss in playoff history? No, I don't believe they have it in this year in terms of like going that far back. Unfortunately, that is something that would be really nice to have. All right, Q down. Keskinen was a medium potential, wasn't he? I'd say bottom 6. Svechkov at a medium 6. Pinelli. Oh, man, Pinelli was only a medium 9. That's a bit disappointing. And he will be... let's see. Bam. There we go. All right. So, Pinelli, McHugh, and Butler on the 4th line. Best face-offs. Pinelli. 3rd line, Philman, Keskinen, and Gunler. Pretty straightforward. Savoie, Malatesta, and Blake. And then, who's got the better face-offs between you two? Del Belbelou, Svechkov, and Demay, which that first line should tear up the AHL. It really should. So let's figure out what our best setup is coach-wise. By the way, captains. It named Sean Monahan captain, which, to be honest, I'm cool with. I don't think Caden Lindstrom should have a letter quite yet. But Captain Sean Monahan, I'm here for it. I am here for it. Alternate Captain Hunter McCown. I don't even care. A younger guy that listens to a GM that wants to give him an opportunity. That's the right attitude that we need on this team. And then Zach Werenski with the letter. Damn right, Hunter. Damn right. You deserve this opportunity, buddy. You deserve it. Thanks for listening. All right, coaching staff. Right. We know that we're going to demote you down to the AHL. So Eakin, who has been our coach or was our coach last year, 43% scheme fit. Jesus Christ. What about Schneider? 60. Still not a great fit for our top D pair. Schwarz. 69, and a great fit with the top two defensemen. And what about Kapusta? 58. Okay, well, we have our head coach then. Schwarz, welcome in. You are going to be the head coach of this team this season, and Kapusta will continue to be the AHL head coach. All right, so we just need goalie coaches and an AHL assistant. Hello. Ooh, a couple of relatively decently rated goalie coaches, including Earl Subban. Mr. Subban. You better accept that. Robinson Cyphers will hopefully sign you for the AHL. And then I need an AHL assistant coach, Ashton Lyles. Hopefully that is enough money to suit your fancy. PK's white uncle. There you go. And again, for scouts, we don't have much this year because I wasn't going to sit here and sign C levels that we were going to immediately move anyway. So scouting will be interesting this year. It will be. All right. So let's see. We got a W. We got an O. We're going to move this guy to the Q. We're going to be very North American centric this year. Never had enough money. All right. All right. So yeah, we're going to be very focused on North America. Sweden, never heard of it. Finland, Suomi, more like Swamp. No. You don't have 4 years of first. Who cares about scouting? Fair. Also fair. Don Cherry's wet dream. There you go. No pickle liberals and their visors. I'm losing my Don. All right. So now back to the conversations, which will be fun. Evan Bouchard. We need to talk. On ice play. Position. Will you please move to lefty? Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. All right, Evan Bouchard willing to move to lefty. That's right. That is right. Sweet. We will probably wait until he actually moves, so we'll give Nazco some playing time unless he is waiver eligible. And then, obviously, Evan's still an offensive defenseman, which is great. Season goal. Long-term goal for the season, Evan. Definitely want an award challenge this year. The Norris, again, is the target. The Norris is the target for Evan Bouchard this season. And again, he is going to move to the left side, which is great. Is Nazco waiver eligible? Yes, he is. So we are going to make that change immediately. And hello? There we go. That was really weird. Oh, God, that means Erica Branson's in the lineup, but so be it. So it'll be... If you give him a short term, can you give him another one when it's done? I'm pretty sure, but don't quote me on that. I mean, Svozil Goodbranson isn't terrible, in fairness. And then we can, like, take out Andrew Peak for Nazco. Yeah, I'm not too worried about the AHL chemistry. And that way we can call up Peak. You need to play Bouchard in left. Just play left. Well, again, he just said, yeah, I'm willing to switch to the left-hand side. I don't know if you just play him there, if he'll eventually develop it or not, or if you have to talk to them. There we go. Peak can be the depth defenseman this year, so Eric Goodbranson is now factored into the lineup. Fair enough. And if we talk to Evan now, yeah, just the on-ice play, which is fine. So, Evan, nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about, Evan. So Zach Werenski. Oh, God. Oh, God. In terms of the on-ice play, we didn't try to move his play style before. Season goal. What's short-term option? Stat challenge. Start on a good pace. 25 assists in the first half of the season, +1 to +4 passing. That's not too bad. But if I were to look at a long-term goal, stat challenge, award challenge, X-Factor. I mean, I'd certainly love to see Werenski gain an X-Factor. Again, these two can gain attributes, but no doubt, 15 power play goals is not going to happen. 30 goals is not going to happen. 3 hat tricks is not going to happen. 40 assists is possible. 10 power play goals, no. I think 40 assists is possible for Werenski to develop third eye. Let's give him that goal. We got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose for Werenski to develop in that way. Ken Johnson's an interesting one. There was nothing about the on-ice play that needed to change. Your goal for the season, again, if we can focus on X factors for Kent, 15 power play goals, he's a playmaker, so that's not going to happen. 30 goals, 3 hat tricks, 40 assists for third eye, 750 face-off wins probably won't happen. I mean, again, 40 assists, first line center, that should be possible. Why not? Why not? Let's throw it out there for him. David Yarosek. Oh, boy. Okay, so for David, there's going to be a goal for the season, but it's not going to be anything crazy, right? Like, there's no way any of these X factors are necessarily going to happen. Yeah, I mean, those just simply aren't going to happen. But if we set him up for a stat challenge, 40 assists plus 25, average a shot block per game, average 2 shot blocks per game. Ooh. I didn't see what his shot blocking was last year. I feel like a plus 25, that's maybe a bit too ambitious. But averaging a shot block per game, I think that's possible. I think that's possible for him. Even if it only just improves shot blocking, it's not bad. Oh man, Adam Fantilli. I don't know what to set Fantilli's goal for the season to, because he just kind of mid last year. 15 power play goals. Again, last year we set him up for goals and it wasn't it. Quick draw. Got to try again, buddy. 30 goals. 30 goals. I am determined to see you turn into an elite scoring power forward. 2 years in a row, we'll give him that goal. Elvis. I mean, stat challenge. We want to see you win 30 games this year. Challenge for the #1 job. Win 30 games, 9-10 save percentage, or an award. Let's go for 9-10 save percentage. That should be possible, right? Maybe. I mean, Elvis is a bit of an enigma, Severson, and again, you don't have to set this up for everybody, but let's see. Damon, long-term goal for you. There's no way any of these X Factor challenges are going to hit. No shot. But I think, again, if we were to look at a stats challenge for him and go on the block shots just to improve that could work. I don't know if I'll set that up for every defenseman, but let's see. Kirill Marchenko, this is a big year for you, man. Big year for you to prove that you can be the sniper I'm hoping that you can be. To the point where 30 goals is the aim to get you snipe. That is the game plan. Let's see if he can step up. and hit that goal. Sean Monahan, I think, again, it'll just be a statistical goal for him. 20 goals, 30 assists. Steven, we did that last year, yeah. Plus 20 a shot block. I mean, a further boost to faceoffs probably isn't necessary, but damn, is it likely. 30 assists? Well, we'll go for 30 assists for Monahan, but then again, he's going to be a third liner this year. Could be possible with the power play time, but I also don't know if he's going to get that power play time. Let's see if we can get him to boost up his faceoffs even more. I mean, he has silver quick draw, but I think the individual stat or attribute's an 88. So, Joey DeCord's our backup this year. Actually, you know what? That's an interesting question. Does it recognize that he's the backup? Challenge for the number one job. I mean, 9-10 save percentage. Yeah. Why not? See a challenge for the number one job. Post a 9-10. Be decent. Let's see if you can do it. Let's see. And we'll find out if there's really any negatives for going crazy with this. TJ Oshie, our veteran. Mr. Sochi. I don't know what the hell to set for you, buddy, at this point. I guess a shot block. You know, if it comes down to these individual season goals, I'm just going to hold off. I'm going to save it for the big players and like the X Factors, stuff like that. Or the awards. Chinnikov. There's no way he's going to be an X Factor conversation. Nor will Svozil. Chinnikov, though, was at least young enough. So, if you had any issues with negotiations, when I talked to them, they agree and they denied the contract no matter the term. No. I can't say I've had that issue. I can't say I've had that issue. Yegor, for you, there's no way you're hitting the X Factor. 40 goals! Jesus Christ. 30 plus 20. Holy shit. Well, maybe we should just set our sights high. Mr. Chinnikov. Fuck it. 30 goals. See if you can get Schneip. Let's do it. Let's do it. I mean, he's going to be getting top 6 time. Let's see if he can do it. Going to resign Hudson, Newhook, Liney, or Ryan back. Huh. I can't say I've had that happen. Let's see. Svozil. Want you to be able to stay in the NHL roster all season? Oh, well, Svozil's going to, actually. So that's okay. Stat challenge. What's the X factor? 1T. It's only offensive. I was hoping there could be one for, like, shot blocking. Yeah, let's just set him up. NHL. Stay on the roster this year. That's your goal. That is your goal. I can't imagine that'll change. I have him penciled in as second and third pair. Once Bouchard's done. Actually, well, Bouchard we're already playing. So Caden Lindstrom, you are going to be on the top line this year. And we are definitely looking... Ooh, award challenge. Could go for the Calder. Or stay in the NHL this year. Honestly... Let's see if he can... Ooh, so +3 poise, +2 speed... Potential likelihood increase +10. Yes. You know? I want Cade Lindstrom to challenge for the Calder. I like that. I like that. Let's see. Cole Sillinger. I got nothing crazy for you. Tanner Jeannot, nothing crazy. Gabranson, Peak, Hellberg. Gavin Brindley, though. You are getting an opportunity this year. Season goal. Long term. Your goal is also going to be the Calder. We got a couple of people in that conversation that might just be able to make it. Frondell. All right, Frondell. as well. Season goal, long term. See if we can get you a Calder. We got 3 guys this year where I'm like, hey, you never know. I think Frondell is the least likely, but what's your whole take on the Line A situation? It's not a great hit. I don't think it was the craziest intent on Pare's part. Typical goon standing up for a goon-like action, though, with Jack-Eye only getting a fine. But that is what it is. You expect Jack-Eye to respond the way that he did. NHL saying, yep, that's fine. So, hey, we'll see what happens this season. We'll see what happens this season. McCown, Calder. Oh, dude, I wish. Come on. Let me develop fucking truculence. You know? All right. Well, Hunter, let's just say stay on the NHL team the entire year, and we'll see if there's a good benefit for that, right? We'll see. So I think we're good in terms of what we wanted to set up for the NHL this year. A couple of players that we didn't talk to, but there's really, I mean, like depth. I guess Sillinger and let me check with Sillinger. Absolute rivalry's back. I think it's been back for a little bit. To be, ooh, you know what? Sillinger. 4th line center. I don't know if it's possible. I was going to say shot blocking. Let's see if he can develop quick draw. I don't think he'll be taking 750 face-offs, but hey, why not? Maybe a miracle can happen. I mean, he'll be on the PK this year. But yeah, I think the Leafs-Habs rivalry's been back for a while. Personally, they've had some moments. Mr. Goodbranson. Stat challenge. Let's see how many shots you can block this year, Eric. I need you to throw your body on the line for us. And that means AHL? What can I talk to Denton Matejchuk about right now? Why are all the X Factor options the same? I'm not sure. Hopefully it doesn't stay that way. Denton, long-term goal for the season. Wants to be able to stay on the NHL roster, but he's not currently there. So would this work if he's in the AHL? What if I do like third eye? I'm really intrigued to see if this will work. And Denton still not willing to change his play style. Okay. Well, that'll be interesting to see if that'll work for him. But yeah, then I guess everybody else will just kind of leave them be for now. Cool. All right. Well, let's in the next game. We get Cyphers. I forgot about the coaches that we were still bringing on. Trenton Swars, head coach. They do change. There you go. Professionalism, dedication. What should our players focus on in the preseason? So again, you get the conditioning boosts, lose some puck control, but gain speed. Strength, skill training, 5v5 focus, power play, PK, video sessions, team bonding, or goalie. So we did goalie focus last year, and that seemed to work out for Merzlikins really well. And again, there's no negatives like there is with everything else. Let's go goalie focused again with Elvis. I'm cool with that. I was actually still hoping to talk to the coach about the other thing, but Evan Bouchard. What's up, Evan? I want to make sure we're on the same page. Play on the first pair. Yeah. You'll be playing on the top 2 this year. You'll be playing on the top power play unit. And you'll be playing on the top PK this year. You're good. Don't worry, Evan. You're good. All the playing time, buddy. You are the star here. Despite not having a letter. But I promise that you're the star. Schwartz, really quickly, can I talk to you again, buddy? Nope. Okay, at least I can't get the response that I wanted, but that's okay. That is okay. So let me just double check that Evan's where he should be. Yeah. It's not bad. Power play. He's on that top power play unit. Is he on the PK? Not on the top units. But let's change that. There you go, Evan. All Evan all the time. Experience Blue Jackets hockey. All Evan all the time. I'm actually really intrigued to see how this team does this year. I think it's our plans could again kind of change based on how they do. We got a couple of people who could leave. We got quite a bit in the running at the moment for like awards and players trying to develop. So I am intrigued to see how we'll do. But what I'm also intrigued by is what other lines look like here. Actually, you know what? That is a good idea to do the whole lock-in thing. You have to talk to the coach to do that, right? If I'm not mistaken. Game plan. Ice time allocation. Preferred lines. Sorry, buddy. This is not up for debate. First line. Wait a minute. Isn't there a faster way to do this? Oh, shit. New topic. I feel like I went to the wrong spot. Hold on, coach. Hold on. I have no idea where to go, to be honest, to do the whole thing. You know, it's fine. Don't worry, Trenton. Don't worry about us. We're fine. We're good. Don't worry. Don't talk to me. We're fine. We're fine. I don't remember if there was an easier way to do the lock-in thing or not. Anyway, I wanted to look at what the AI lines looked like one season in. Just to see what opposition looked like. Like Sam Colangelo made the Ducks, Nikita Chibrikov. They are rocking Cutter Gauthier. He is a third liner, though, on the third line. Okay. Defense, Minchikov, Fabro, Fowler, Zellweger. Okay. Captain Radko Gudas. Dostal and Gibson. They did sign Brazo as well. I mean, having Jackson Lacombe scratched isn't great. But it's not the most egregious thing in the world. Boston. Apparently Morgan Geekie developed No Contest and Charlie Coyle developed Shutdown? Okay. They also signed Yanni Gord. They are rocking Patra on a lower line than what they probably should, especially because he could be swapped with Lazar. Lindholm, McAvoy, Zadorov, Carlo, Lorai, and Jan Ruda. What did Swayman get for a deal? 7 by 7.5. Oh, Jesus wept. I could only dream. I could only dream. They got Beecher Jones and Cece. Oh my God, Cody Cece scratched. 2 years, $2 million. Jesus. Buffalo, Benson, Thompson, Tuck. A lot of the younger talents in there for Buffalo. Yeah, you're right. They did get Gord at the deadline for the Bruins. Colleen Byram, Power. They continued the Leaf Sabres pipeline with Hawk and Pa, Levi and Lukin in both 85s. Jesus. I know it's been said a million times. It is still jarring how much Devin Levi looks like Carey Price. It is jarring. Well, Swayman and Shesterkin will get more money. Calgary. Anthony Mantha. Coronado's on the team. Nothing too crazy. Uyghur and Anderson. Apparently Jake Bean developed in this timeline. Zane Parek's already made the team. 80 overall at 19 years old. God damn. And they are the ones that signed Georgiev, even though they had Dustin Wolf, You would think as a starter, but he's listed as a backup at an 84. 11-7 for 3 years. Holy God, with a 2 years of a no movement clause, and then a 24-team no trade for the Vezina winner. Good Christ. Good Christ. Carolina. First liner, William Carrier. I'm here for that. Jordan Stahl, but they're not playing him at center. Obviously, Stahl was already there, but you get my point. Defense, Slavin Burns, Orloff Walker, Ghost Bear Chatfield. It's good defense. Anderson Kochetkov. Nothing too crazy or out of the ordinary for Carolina. Chicago, Bedard's up to a 92. They signed Claude Giroux. 8.12 for the year. Kindle was the guy that they took first overall, and apparently he did have abilities. Dickinson up to an 85. Zars made the team. Goalies, Aiden Hill and Peter Mrazek. Hill, 4.75 for the year. You have Kalen Addison scratch. It's not the most ridiculous thing. Colorado, Middlestat with all alone. Landeskog. McKinnon and Rantanen are unbelievable. Honestly, I mean, so far I haven't seen anything egregious of like, oh my God, what's happening? In terms of how teams are set up. Like Brandstrom being scratched at an 82 is kind of rough. As a medium 6, I think it's more off of a handedness thing. You'd probably like to see Sam Malinsky be scratched and just have Shillington playing the other side, but it's not the most ridiculous thing in the world. Yeah, they brought in Tavo at the deadline last year and kept him. Not quite making the most of Maverick Bork. I mean, the Stars probably they have too many people. They have too many people. That left side is crazy. And Ottinger to Smith, okay. Capobianco, Vakanainen. I mean, again, it's not perfect, but for the most part, I don't see anything wrong. Okay, there we go. Fourth liner, Patrick Kane. That's not great. Especially, like, Andrew Kopp can play left wing, meaning Comfort could stay at center, and Patrick Kane should be in the top 9. Brock McGinn should be on the 4th line. That's the first one where you look at and it's like, okay, that's not ideal. That's not ideal. Hilarious because it's Patrick Kane, but not ideal. Oh, baby. Ben Sherratt, Justin Hall. Into my veins. What a defense pairing. At least the scratches aren't bad, but yeah. Does he at least have power play time? Okay, he at least has power play time. But, yeah. 98 overall now for McDavid. I guess Evander Kane developed abilities, because I don't think he had any out of the gates. What does their defense look like now? Nurse, Ekholm, Provorov, Kulak, Johnson, and Stetcher. They are missing Evan Bouchard quite badly. Skinner and Pickard in goal. Matthew Olivier is the scratch. Again, the good thing is, like, there really haven't been any healthy scratches where it's like, oh my God, what's the game doing? Panthers have an interesting lineup, though. Mackie Smuskevich and Justin Sordief have both made the team. I imagine they're just in fucking cap hell, though. Spencer Knight's up to an 86. Jesus. I imagine they're just having, like, crazy cap trouble. I mean, Sordief's not the worst guy in the world to play as a 4th liner. Oh, excuse me. The jet lag is still getting to me. Los Angeles, Byfield, Kopitar, Kempe. They got like Justin Danforth on the 4th line, who they probably didn't need to keep, or sign in the first place. Yeah, I mean, again, like, for the most part. Now, granted, we're only looking... Okay, so LA probably has the worst example so far of, like, Jordan Spence being scratched. However, he is listed as a medium 6, so it's a little bit more understandable. Same thing here. You'd like to see them play Edmondson on his offhand to have Spence be in for Burrows. I can at least see why it's happening. I think that's just more of the ratings need to be fixed. more than anything else issue. Minnesota, yeah, nothing crazy there. Kind of a lineup that you could expect to see. I cannot stop yawning. Faber's looking good. So Spurgeon ended up staying in Minnesota. Fleury and Gustafson still. Clark, yeah, and I'm really... It's only one season, but I'm not too upset about how this looks. Not too many like, oh my God, what is the AI thinking? Deals. Although Mike Matheson apparently developed some abilities, so that's something. Arbor Jack eye scratched, much to the delight of Leafs fans everywhere. The Stanley Cup champion Preds. Honestly, they look okay. They kept Dmitry Voronkov. 3 years at 1.7 since when I think Matheson starts off with like a relatively high rating. Like Mike Matheson, he's better than some people think. But all right, Tomasino was a third liner being scratched. That is because they brought in a couple of people they probably didn't need to. Oh, look at this, man. All of a sudden, I can't stop yawning. Sorry. New Jersey. JVR went up to an 85. Goddamn. Okay. Good for JVR. I mean, that right side is pretty stacked. I mean, if Dougie Hamilton's going to be on the third pair. I mean, yeah. Fair enough. Goalies, Markstrom, Allen. Matheson's an 87 to start. Okay. He's actually further up than I thought he was. Eric Gustafson, 83 overall left side defenseman. I guess it makes sense. I mean, I did trade Voronkov to Nashville. And he won the cup, yeah. Pretty sure. Isles, Horvat playing the wing. Of course, they have Boone Jenner. Aside from some people maybe playing an incorrect position, but Pelech having the rating he still does is a bit surprising to me. I don't know, maybe I missed something last year in terms of him bouncing back. Yeah, for the most part, the scratches aren't that bad. Player positions in terms of like where they are in the lineup aren't that bad. There might be a couple of people who are technically playing out of position, but at least after one season, and you know, it doesn't always get crazy. Ooh, wow, Sam Bolduc actually jumped up. Maybe I should have kept him. Then again, if I kept him, I would have had to have made a trade anyway. It probably would have been it would have been him or Svozil. So never mind. We're fine either way. For the most part, and again, it's only one season, but AI management is, in terms of lineups and such, not too bad. I am going to have to double check contract totals in a minute as well. That'll be fun. But for the most part, this isn't looking that bad. And what? I mean, again, it's super early. This is our preliminary franchise, just trying to see how things are operating, so I know what to communicate over to EA of like, hey, this needs to be fixed quickly. Surprised no one took a chance on Tony D. It's funny that, you know, Tony D, when he couldn't play defense at all. Also, you know, being a douche didn't help his cause. You can have political opinions, that's all well and good, on either side of the spectrum. But, you know, most people don't like it if you're being a douche about it. He was being a douche about it. That didn't help him. See how fucked the game is beforehand? Oh, yeah. Michkov, third line. I mean, it makes sense. Getting punched by your own goalie sums it up. Yeah, it's probably not a good look if you're getting punched by one of your own teammates. You know? Probably not a good look. Not the man-wad for the 8 months. Again, alert's broken. I've mentioned it a few times tonight, but in case anyone missed it, I apologize for that. Spring Corrali. Oh, healthy scratch, Risto. They finally got sick of him. And again, like I said, for the most part, like one of the more egregious right now is probably Bobby Brink. But I can kind of understand it. Like, Paling should probably be scratched. Foodie to the left, Forster to the middle. But, like, it's It's nothing like game-breaking, which we have had game-breaking examples in the past. So I'll take what I can get. Jari Nedeljkovic, Pizzetta, and Graves. The only thing bad about Graves there is that that contract's a bit rough, but also they brought back Brian Dumoulin, so that's fair. San Jose, Eklund up. Jesus, Eklund, Celebrini. Whew. Foley up there. Will Smith is an 86. Okay, that's one of the more like okay, it should probably be playing Will Smith over Adam Henrique on the second line, right? Does Smith at least have power play time? Yes. Okay. It could be worse. Could be worse. Defense, Lindgren. Oh my God, that defense. Yikes. Shakir Mukhamadullin made the team, though. Goalie is Skarov's up to an 85 after one season. God damn. And Vlasic and Mata. Okay. Okay. Like I said, I'm fairly, I wouldn't say impressed. Impressed. Okay. Oh, Tolvanen. But then again, you look at who's ahead of him, and it's like, okay, I can understand it. They just probably shouldn't have signed Kyle Palmieri or Kuzmenko. So, Dunn and Montour. Mike Reb. Okay. Goalies, Grubauer, Malcolm Subban. Cartier, Schwartz, Alexian. Okay, so Seattle right now, they're in that weird spot where the AI is not managing the team too well. They just keep signing a lot of players that are very similar, $3 to $5 million, 82 to 84 overall range, instead of a more, actually, if not a little bit higher. It doesn't make for a bad team. It just makes for like a imbalanced team, but I can kind of understand it. That's the first team where I'm like, the AI probably needs to have a little bit more direction. Outside of that, I can't find too much room to complain. At least compared to how this has looked in previous years, especially the start of NHL 24. Probably don't want them having Zach Bolduc as a healthy scratch, because of course you want him to develop, but, you know. Against a point, Kucherov. Nothing too bad there. Give it time. Oh, yeah. That's why I keep prefacing it's just the first season that we've simmed through. It could take a turn. Let's see, Nick Perbix. Yeah, third pairing guys. So, all right. Toronto, Nylander, Matthews, Marner. Obviously, the game didn't factor in Nylander at center. So Domi ends up on the fourth line, which isn't totally great. Robertson on the fourth line instead of Gregor. For the Leafs, that's a little bit rough. Like David Camp, third line right wing. I feel like the biggest issue here isn't so much the franchise logic. It's that EA didn't either have the info or just haven't switched William Nylander to being factored in as a center. So it's not totally ideal, but yeah. And Wall and Stolars. Yeah, some of the things that I've seen, I think more so isn't so much a negative to the way the AI works in franchise. Got the Gunther developing, by the way. It's more so an issue of just EA's ratings still falling short in terms of player differentiation and stuff like that. But that's fixable. Even if it takes 16 fucking years, it is fixable. Again, Chaz Lucius being scratched isn't great, but he is listed as a depth forward, so it's a little bit understandable. Vancouver. Nothing too crazy about that. I mean, Linus Karlsson on the fourth line. Hughes, Ronick. I looked at it too fast. I thought for a second Tyler Myers developed an ability. He scored a sick goal in the preseason game, though, against the Kraken. Oh, excuse me. God, I'm yawning. The hiccups are kicking in. I'm dying. Lakiramaki going to be listed as depth, right? Yeah. And it's not ideal, but technically not incorrect. Nothing too crazy on Vegas. That is a Vegas roster. That's for sure. Ryan Johansson, Mike Hoffman randomly in there. Theodore Petro, Hannafin. Okay. Holy Schmid and Samsonov. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's quite the combination. That is quite the combination. Washington. Ovi didn't really drop, man. He's still an 89. Okay. They acquired Schmaltz. You could argue they wouldn't necessarily need to do that, but I still can't believe John Carlson's listed as a two-way in this game instead of an OFD. Like, that's brutal. Lindgren and Thompson. Roshnachenko, depth forward, so I understand it, even if it's not ideal for his development. And Winnipeg. Carter Verhaeghe. $9 million for 7 years. Pricey, especially when you already have 3 first-line talents. We'll have to keep an eye on Verhaeghe to see if he gets pissed that he's not playing on the top line, but they may not have promised him anything. Can also be a factor. Okay, I mean, again, for the most part, outside of, again, a few examples, like Colby Barlow being scratched kind of sucks. I can see why it put Appleton over him. It just kind of sucks. But for the most part, so far, it'll turn if history repeats itself. But I hope it doesn't, and I hope maybe this is actually a sign that we have had things improve that much more.